I couldn't quite hear what Mark was saying from back there, so I don't know if he introduced me or not, but I'm Yazi Zeichner, and I have been involved with YTV programs for at least 10 years now. Performing, my first YTV thing that I did was actually to perform at the Teacher Student Showcase. That'll be the event tonight, the Teacher Student Showcase. So I performed in a version of that about 10 years ago. And I've been on the board of directors, and I was involved with organizing Trad Camp and this festival as well. And it's great to be back and to be part of things right now. So thanks to Mark for inviting me back to MC. We will kick off this concert with a performance from McKinley James and Oliver Scanlon and Tristan Henderson. And I'm sure probably all of you here have seen them play before at YTV events or not YTV events. Tristan and Oliver were both in Pete's Posse, which performed across the country for many years. And McKinley is not even living in Vermont anymore. Geez, she is studying music at McGill right now and will be graduating this year with her master's degree. Today. Ooh, yay! And Oliver and McKinley have both played in the Irregulars with some other musical compatriots. And they will be joined by a special guest who was invited last minute to come play.
A mysterious guest.
A mysterious guest, yeah. The clues are up here, that's right. Yep. And I will let them do more talking about themselves, so we can just get to the music.
I'm not here either.
You're not here either. Okay. Oh, that's right. You're not living in Vermont. I'm
here, but I'm not living here.
Yeah. Well, where are you living?
In Quebec. Yep.
They're deserting us for Canada.
2 for 1.
Yeah.
2 for 1. Yeah.
Okay. Give them a hand.
I'm left stateside.
So we're going to start off with some jigs that this whole set was put together an hour ago. And we might have gotten a little complicated in some of the arrangements, but we're going to go with it and see what happens, because that's the magic of it.
Extremely well rehearsed.
This is made up of 2 tunes. The first tune is by Julie Valmont. It's called Magnesium, because my cello is named Magnesium. And the second tune is called Chicago Jig by, thank you very much. The second tune is called Chicago Jig, written by Liz Carroll.
Lovely.
Ready?
No, but let's do it. Go for
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. It is certainly a fine afternoon out there.
And
We'd
in
love
here.
to be, maybe we'll enjoy some Church Street later. But we thought that it was a little too nice out. So we thought we'd do this song here for you. It's called Snowflake.
About our favorite time of year that we're all thinking about right now. It's like, we know it's around the corner, and this hot weather's just, there's so much sweat, and it's like, I want that snow again, I want to feel cold, you know, and so I thought we'd do that.
This is a song that is written by Carl Jones, who's a bluegrass, old-timey singer,
West Virginia.
songwriter. Yep. And we had a lot of fun working this up with our dear buddy Pete Sutherland as an a cappella trio piece, and popped into my head again this morning.
We did?
So we're doing it. Good?
I think so, yeah.
Snowflake fall on down, bring all your buddies, come and paint this town. This old world has gone awry. We need you, Snowflake, down here tonight. Bring back our childhood memories, when our hearts were light and spirits free. Just to redirect our sight from sad and blue to clear and bright. Snowflake fall on down, bring all your buddies, come and paint this town. This old world has gone astray. We need you, Snowflake, down here today. Back to the days when we would dream anything was possible, we believed. Back to the times before we changed our tune. Help us remember wishes come true. Snowflake fall on down, bring all your buddies, come and paint this town. This old world has gone awry. We need you, Snowflake, down here tonight. Snowflake fall on down, bring all your buddies, come and paint this town. This old world has gone astray. We need you, Snowflake, down here today. Snowflake fall on down.
There you go. All right.
Well, it's great to be kicking off this show with so much top-notch musical talent coming up. Stick around, enjoy it. All capped off with La Famille LeBlanc at the end. So we're looking forward to that. We're gonna do a couple of more tunes here. This is a pretty common old-timey tune called The Golden Ticket. Some of you might know it. And just because we have a viola and a cello, we're gonna do it really low, like basement kind of low.
I think I need some more rosin. Do you want some cello rosin?
I might need some cello rosin too. So we'll start with that, and then we're gonna do a couple of tunes that are written by Pete Sutherland. The first one is a tune that he wrote for one of his students, who is now one of my students, Sam Doherty, and it's called Bragging Rights. Good tune title. Pete came up with some good tune titles, of course. And then we'll finish off with another Pete tune called Rat Cheer.
Yep, that's how they say it down south, right here. Rat cheer.
Rat Cheer.
Call it transitions even more Pete.
Sure.
We did 3 or 2 times. See?
I think, well, I don't know, we'll play with it 3 times maybe?
This is highly arranged.
The rehearsal continues. Yep.
It's a forever rehearsal. Let's start.
we're good. Perfect. Everything's on schedule.
Yes.
Relatively. As always.
Well, I think
Do a little waltz?
should we slow things down a bit?
Do a little waltz?
Oh, little waltz.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do a big waltz, actually.
A big waltz.
Pete's the big waltz. This is we're gonna do his perhaps his well-knownest
New word. Look
tune.
out.
This is a bit of Sunday River waltz.
His
And
number one hit.
I thought I'd invite your MC for the afternoon, Yazi Zeichner, to join us if she has her fiddle around.
There are fiddles. This was Pete's number one hit. It topped the popular charts back in, I don't know when, but it's got some mileage on it. I think it's been played in every dance hall everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. We go
You want to go over here?
on the other side, perhaps?
Or you can go
That
over
might
there,
be
too.
best. Okay. You want to intro us?
Oh.
Yowzy Cycler, everybody.
Well, we're going to invite a friend of ours out here. You know, if the Young Tradition Vermont contest had been around when he was early 20s or late teens, you know, he would have won it. And that was a long while ago, and it wasn't around. But we'd still love him to come out and join us for the Merp. It's going to be fantastic. So we'd love to ask Timothy Cummings to come out here and play his bagpipes. Tim Cummings, everybody. Yeah, worked up a little intro for you. Yeah.
Well, I must admit, I wasn't actually listening to how we got introed to this, but in case you're wondering, McKinley and I won the YTV contest a very long time ago. I was trying to remember what year it was, but I just have no idea.
2005?
Not that long ago.
No.
11?
2010.
10? I was 1
Wait,
year
we
off.
got third place 1 year, and then all of our parents showed up. We had the advantage of we had 7 people in the band, and all of our parents showed up.
And all the extended family. Yep.
And so we won by like a landslide because we had
It's called getting out the vote, essentially. It's like, come on, let's do it.
That's right.
Get out the vote.
Why are you here, Tristan?
Why are we all here? I don't know, man.
Tristan.
Oh, I won the contest.
Yeah.
My buddy Hazen Metro. Technically, I was too old, but Hazen was young enough, so I accompanied him. So technically, I won the contest. Life is a lot of technicalities. It's all how you look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
But
it's,
I don't know.
think it's legit.
Yeah.
I think it's legit. Yeah.
That I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, and that
think
you
we-
won the contest. Anyway,
We're
so
gonna message
moving on, we're gonna do some
Oh, right.
tunes here. We're gonna end with a couple of 3/2 pipes, Cumbrian hornpipes, and Tim probably knows more than I do about them. But Pete, let's see, what happened? Tim,
Marzipan.
you got them from somewhere, and then you got them to someone who got them to Pete. Is that how it worked?
I got them from Dominique Dodge, who many of you know, who's been long associated with YTV. She brought them back after having lived in England for a year. So then I learned them from Dominique. I taught them to Pete. Pete taught them to you. You recorded them, and then shared that with the YTV group
And
Right.
the world.
and the world.
Well, actually, I think the YTV group happened before my recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I learned them with the touring group, the Jewish Vermont touring group, and then proceeded to decide to record them. Yeah, I don't know. This is the folk process, right? It's good. So
We're gonna
anyway.
start with a mazurka called Mazurka in Blue, and then switch it into the set of 3/2 hornpipes. Okay.
Here we go.
I'll start.
Yep, go ahead.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well done, everybody. It's great to see you all. All right, so we're going to do a quick change over here. We've already luxuriated a little bit in the timing thing, so we're going to try to stay sequenced here. So you may notice a chair down here on my right, your left. That's the raffle chair for the touring group. The touring group has completed their trip to Cape Breton and back, but we still got some expenses and some things to settle. So if you want to buy a raffle ticket, you can do that out at the front, or you can do it here. I used to say before we left that we had enough money to get there, but we didn't have enough money to get back. But we've all gotten back safely, and we could still use your support for the chair. The chair costs, the retail value is somewhere, it depends on where you buy it, $2,000 to $3,000. So you can buy into that for $10 and support the organization at the same time. All right. So Duncan Yandel, who's getting ready here, I think will be ready shortly, and his dad David over on the keyboard are our next performers. Duncan actually has the distinction of having, with his band Pale Fire, won the very first contest in 2018. So 15 years ago. Hard to believe. Not that Duncan won. It's hard to believe it's been that long. It's amazing, amazing journey that this has taken. Duncan actually was on the board of directors for Young Tradition Vermont until we ceased to exist as an organization, and he was an officer. He was the secretary of the organization. So he did a lot of work to make things like the touring group and this festival and other things happen. And thanks, Duncan. I'm glad you're back. Yay. You can give him a hand. Are we ready? Yep. Okay. All right. It's all yours. Duncan Yandel and David Yandel.
Thank you. Please. We got one more for you. you. This is my dad, David Yandel. Thank you.
That was Duncan Yandel and David, his dad. One quick correction to the information about them is that I think Mark said that Duncan won the contest in 2018, but it was actually much longer ago. It was 2008. So when he was a wee lad, I guess. And now I'll welcome to the stage Jordan Bélanger, who will be switching gears from, we just heard Cape Breton music, and now we'll be hearing some wonderful Quebecois fiddling. And Jordan was a winner of the contest twice, in 2015 and in 2017, one time with his brother and another time in a band, La Croisée d'Antan. And I saw him at those two contests, and it was wonderful, and I've also seen him perform at New World Festival. And not only will there be fiddling, but I hear there will be some dancing as well, right? Okay, welcome Jordan.
Good afternoon, everyone. I read somewhere that the theme of the festival was family. So the first tune I'm gonna play is a tune I composed for my great-great-great-grandfather that I saw one time on a picture. And I found this picture because last year I discovered the fiddle of my great-grandfather, and now I have it, so it's a great heritage. Thanks. The next one, actually, I started playing, I play mostly Quebec music, but I started mostly playing old-time music with Pete, and then I discovered bluegrass music, so I started playing a little bit bluegrass, so I'll give it a shot today. Sorry if it's not perfect. I haven't been learning it for a while. And for the last tune I'm gonna play, it's gonna be a waltz. Actually, I don't know the name. It's a waltz that I got on one of the album of Pete's Posse. Ya Know, Ya Never Know. And the tune is called Three Birds. I don't remember the name of the waltz though. And after that, I'm gonna play a waltz, not a waltz, excuse me, a tune from Les Îles de la Madeleine au Québec, which is a little island, and it's called Le Stepetsam.
All right, Jordan and Lawrence doing the step dancing. Great. Very well done. Great to have you back. Yes, so the touring group went to Ireland one year, and I think it was the first year that Romy, yes, it was the first year that Romy and her brother Ben went on the trip, and Jordan was on that trip as well, so that was a lot of fun. I want to mention that if you have a schedule, you're looking at a schedule, we did a little bit of adjustment. Addie, you're up next, so we'll check in about that, make sure, and I'll let you know. We just had to move a few things because somebody's not here yet. So the other thing what I was saying to Romy is that she went on a lot of trips. We were just kind of going through them, starting with Ireland and then finishing with a failed Japan trip, although she did go to Japan with a small group, right? I think it was November of 2017. So she was kind of the forward advance of the group, the full group going, and we got a chance to spend a week in Japan. So she goes to school now in Prince Edward Island. I know they just had a strike up there, and she somehow got the semester done and got her work done. So this is Romy Munkris. She would often travel with her brother who plays piano, but she's here on her own. We get to hear her fiddle solo. Would you please welcome Romy Munkris?
I'm going to start off with a tune that was written by a Swedish person. If anyone knows me and my music at all, I love Scandinavian music. So there's going to be a few Swedish tunes in there today, and I'm going to start off with this one. It's a very sweet tune. Next, I'm going to play a couple of jigs. The first one is one written by Pete. I'm sure there will be no shortage of tunes written by Pete this weekend, especially tomorrow. but this is one of my favorites, and Ben and I usually play it in a set of tunes that it's followed by a tune that I wrote for Pete and Oliver after the Cape Breton trip that the touring group went on. So the first tune's called Celtic College, and the second one is called Last Plane to Halifax. I'm going to try out a new set that I've just recently put together, and it's a Scottish tune with a Scandi tune. So I'm hoping that it will sound like I want it to and not sound bad, essentially. So you guys will have to be the judge of it. That's all. Thank you guys so much.
Romy Munkris. Thank you, Romy. So we're going to need an instrument mic up here for a guitar. So let's see, I mentioned the raffle. What I didn't mention about the raffle is going to be the drawing is tonight. So if you want a chance at the chair, which is over there, have a seat in it. You might, if you sit in it, you're gonna love it. So maybe you don't want to sit in it. It's a really comfortable chair if you haven't seen them before. If you've been on any of the rest areas along the interstate, you've probably had the chance to sit in it. So next up is Eddie. And she is a songwriter. She she lives in Burlington, plays around. I think she was, let's see, the contest that she was part of was in 2015 and 2017. And I used to live, when I went to school, I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and there was this mystery person, Connie Converse, who was somebody that somebody else has heard. And Addie knew as much as we know about her, right?
Yeah.
And she does what I would refer to as love songs, not in the sense that they're love songs, but you love them. I love those songs. They're love songs, and just like what Addie does. So would you please welcome Addie Herbert?
I just want to say that the fiddling has been making me just like alternately laugh and weep in the back seat. So it's just been so beautiful, and I'm really grateful to be here. I'm not sure what tradition I'm representing right now. I've sort of been drifting into songwriter territory for a while, but for this first song, there is, you will notice at the end, if you're a fan of Shape Note or Sacred Heart music, there's a gently stolen verse from that tradition, which I love. Hopefully this will pick me up. Seems like I've always got a date with myself. On the night of the party, I go fishing with my fingers for these tunes. In this room, I've tangled in the netting. Cried like a baby and I sighed. Everyone is saying I'm a fool for leaving, and I shudder when I think of all the years that they've spent looking for that love. But they're wrong. Our world was green but tired, so I laid you in the meadow that we made. How have you been? I miss you, my friend. You're in my dreams like you never were before, and I am getting brighter, and my voice is getting clearer. There's nothing I could do, and I am weary of this weather. I will write you one last letter. sorry to leave. I love you so well. Now I must go where I don't know. Why ask your dear one to choose love or freedom? Just gonna quickly retune my guitar. I've recently discovered open tunings. Everybody already knew that existed, but I retuned my guitar one day and was like, whoa. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, enough of that. Watching shadows moving, dancing. They grow and change, they part and come together again. I want to try to say it right. My light is on into the night. My light is on long after you've closed your eyes. thank you so much for listening. I have one more. Just gonna check and make sure this didn't get totally wacky while I was playing. A little bit wacky. Am I doing okay on time? I realize I've wasted a lot of time tuning. I gotta get that two guitar thing happening where I just have one that's in a different tuning. So long, dark season, sad and slow. All things are dying, the body knows. Brain dead, broken hearted, obscured by sleep. In dreams, stubborn sweetness under all the grief. While the oceans turn and the redwoods burn, I'm alone with nowhere to stand till I feel the warmth of your hand. One touch, shine of the eye, I break. I cannot hide mistake or method on fire, leaving nothing behind, all gone. Complexity, desert, where love should be, somehow still living, loving you in a vanishing world. So long, so long, so long, so long, while the oceans turn and the redwoods burn, I'm alone with nowhere to stand till I feel the warmth of your hand. One touch, shine of the eye, I break. I cannot hide mistake or method on fire, leaving nothing behind, all gone. Complexity, desert, where love should be, somehow still living, loving you in a vanishing world. Thanks for letting me holler at you.
That
Also,
was-
thank you so much, Mark Sustick, for creating the container that makes all the music happen.
Yes.
Happy Saturday.
Thank you, Addie. Next up, we have Fern Tamagini O'Donnell, who will be playing some fiddle for us. And I think she has her dancing shoes on, so she will also be dancing for us. Fern, in addition to being a contest winner, has been in the touring group, the YTV touring group, and in the youth commission as well. Is that right? She works with Boston-based fiddler Laurel Martin under a Massachusetts State Folk Arts grant.
Yep.
And also has studied with Kieran Jordan to learn her dance steps. So let's welcome Fern to the stage.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to play for you all is a set of 3 tunes.
The first one is a tune that I wrote myself. It's a mazurka. It's been almost a year since I wrote this, and it still is nameless. And the image that is kind of stuck in my head when I think of this tune is a sunrise that I saw after a very stressful all-nighter, the reasons for which we won't get into today. But I came into the parking lot of the place I had been all night, and there was this gorgeous sunrise rising over the Cape Cod Canal. And I'd written the tune the day beforehand, and I looked at it, and I was like, that's the tune I just wrote. But then after that, I'm going to follow it up with a couple of traditional Irish reels. The first one is called Master Crowley's, and the second is McGreevy's favorite, I believe. And I learned, this is kind of a revival set because I learned, I'm just going to hold this up until Oliver gets here. I learned Master Crowley's. I initially heard it at a session that a local accordion player named Colm Gannon was playing at that I used to go to before the pandemic started. And he played this tune one night, and nobody else played along because nobody else knew it. But it got stuck in my collective consciousness, and then I heard it many years later while I was in an online dance class, actually. And I was like, oh, I like that tune. And then I went and relearned it. And do you think we're good? No.
Not sure.
Okay.
Nobody move.
Nobody move. Too hard.
Okay, I'm just gonna move this in a little bit up.
Okay.
I think we're okay.
Okay. But anyway, let's get out of the way of the talking in the microphone and onto the actual playing.
Okay. So next I'll play a monster set of jigs that I keep in my back pocket for you. It's the funny thing is, like, with every tune that I pick up and play all the time, usually the ones that I keep playing have a story behind them, and I'm gonna try and, I know we're short on time, so I'm gonna try and spare you all the gory details of every single tune. But so this set, the first tune is a tune that was written by a famed East Galway composer named Paddy Fahey, who wrote an enormous body of tunes for Irish traditional music that aren't super widely played right now, but the two women who I learned the next tune from, Liz and Yvonne Kane, play a ton of his tunes, and that's how I got into it, and into his music. And then the next tune after that is called Crabs in the Skillet, and it's a very, very cool 3-part minor tune, which I love so much. And then after that is a tune that a friend and mentor of mine from back home named Bill Black wrote, called McGilvery's Number 3, which was written to honor a member of the Southern Massachusetts Irish music community who sadly passed away a number of years ago. So here we go. Okay, so what's going to happen next is I'm going to invite Grace and Owen prematurely up to the stage, and I'm going to do a little dancing. So you guys should be on this side. You can do whatever you want.
One, two, three, four.
Thank you all. That's about it.
Fern Tamadini O'Donnell. One more hand for her. So you'll see all of those folks at various other times. Owen will be back to do his own set during this part of the program, and they're all part of the touring group and the youth commission, and you'll see them in those contexts. So this is a little interval in what we are referring to as a contest showcase, or a contest winners of past contests. And we're going to do one more of these at the very end when the La Famille LeBlanc will be playing.
Yeah,
but Hank, who's got the fiddle there, and Emmett is going to play piano. Hank came from, had a very good relationship, very close relationship with Pete Sutherland. And Hank is from Seattle. And he flew here, him and his mom flew here yesterday, or flew to Boston and then drove up last night. And because the Pete Sutherland tribute is so jam-packed, we just couldn't find any airspace there, Hank agreed to play during this thing. So why don't you give him a hand of encouragement for Hank Sebring and Emmett Stoll. I'll say one more thing. The tune he's going to play is, I don't know if I'm saying what you were going to say, but was written by Pete Sutherland for Hank, and it's called Extreme.
Hank's Waltz.
Hank's Waltz.
Extreme, sorry. Hank's Dream. Oh my God.
Hank's Dream.
My brain, right?
I heard Extreme. Hank's Dream. All right? Here you go.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Hank. Thanks for coming all this way. And Emmett, we'll see you again. Okay, so we're going to get... All right, so back to the previous contest winners. This is Jaden Gladstone. He's from the Norwich area, right? If I got that right? Yep. But he, after his escapades with winning the contest with his group Appalachian North, and I think it was 2014, he went on to Cornell and survived there, and then worked at. He now is in his, I think, 6th or 7th year with the New York City Fire Department, and he works at the at 32 Truck Station in the Bronx, and it's the second busiest fire station in the entire city, not just the Bronx, right? That's right. So Jaden's a great banjo player, had a close association with Pete Sutherland as well, and looks like he's got his fiddle today mostly, and you'll have to check him out on Facebook or something about his banjo playing as well. So would you please welcome Jaden Gladstone.
Thanks, Mark. How's everybody doing out there? Excellent. Sounds like you've had more coffee than me. Yeah, as Mark mentioned, Pete was a major influence for me, musically. Still is. But take lessons from him, I think, once a month. And I always pester him for fiddle tunes. And we'd have this thing where I'd sit in his living room and he'd cycle through tunes, and I would either reject or accept them as cool tunes to learn, And I don't know if he thought that was funny or not, or annoying, but usually took a few tries to get one that I was like, yeah, let's do it. So this is one of those, yeah. If I can remember what I was going to play. Thank you so much. That was Glory in the Meeting House. Should play a waltz, because you have to play a waltz, so I will. In the key of C, for all you following along. It's called Sir Grover Jones's Waltz. It's from Henry Reed, who is he's from West Virginia, spent most of his life in Virginia, though. I got this from Alan Jabor. And back in the day, instead of TV, the folks had touring dance bands that would come to your town and play a square dance. And this gentleman named Grover Jones, I'm not sure where his knighthood came from, but he would request this waltz from every band that came through town. So eventually it lost its real name and it got picked up as his tune. So Sir Grover Jones's Waltz. I always start tunes from the end. All right, here's an old-time standard called Half Past Four. Ed Haley tune, I believe. All right, thank you. I'll do one more for you. This is from Kentucky, called the Brushy Fork of Johns Creek. I was just in Pikeville, Kentucky for a festival, and I was playing fiddle with a gentleman from the Brushy Fork of Johns Creek, so I figured I should play this tune for Ed.
Thank you, Jaden. So the next performer we have up for you is fiddler Owen Kennedy, who has been with YTV for quite a few years. He's been in the touring group multiple times. Owen, have you also been in the Youth Commission?
Yeah, I am.
And yes, okay. And also, Owen has recently come out with an album, which is for sale out there. So if you like what you hear up here, then you can go buy it and listen to it whenever you want to. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, give it up for Owen Kennedy.
We're going to start out with some Scottish tunes, starting with Coylesfield House, going into Crugallicky Brig, and Barbara's Welcome Home. Coylesfield House is a longtime Scottish landmark, which King Coil or Coilis was buried next to. He reigned during the Roman occupation, and you may recognize the Old King Cole nursery rhyme. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his... You got it. I'm only one fiddler, but I think I'll make it work. So I'm going to have Grace Martin come out here and join me for some tunes. During the Cape Breton tour that we just came back from about a week ago, we jammed at like every single point that we should have been resting.
All the time.
And it was a lot of fun. So we're gonna play some New Brunswick and Quebec tunes, starting out with the Bay of Fundy, going into Reel de Montreal, and Point to Pic. If you want to listen to these again on your way home, they're actually on my debut album, which is in the back. It's called ON Now. I recorded it with Owen Marshall, who is originally from Vermont, and now he lives in Portland, Maine. I think we're going to keep him. So here's Bay of Fundy, Reel de Montreal, and Point to Pic.
the next tune we're going to be playing a set of contemporary tunes. And one is one I brought to Owen. I got it from Sebastian West, a former member of the touring group. And it's so cool, and he learned it so quickly. I was like, how do you even do that? It sounds so hard. It is hard, it's so hard. But it's called Auto Dance, and it's by Rescadrenge.
Then we're gonna follow that by a tune that Pete Sutherland sent me as a challenge tune called Boxing Reel Number 2. Certainly is a challenge, and we'll see how it goes. I want to thank Ian Drury and the Vermont Folklife for putting this event on, and to Oliver Scanlon for doing the sound. It's awesome. And Mark Sustick for inviting us here.
Thank you.
Owen Kennedy, Grace Martin. Thank you both. Great music. All right, so next up we've got Eric George. He's walking out here. He's going to hold up the song part of. It's a big part to fill because there's not a lot of non-fiddles. So Eric, let's see. I'm trying to remember what year. 2014. He won the Young Tradition Contest almost 10 years ago. Hard to believe. So he's a songwriter. He busks. I don't know if he still does that, but he busks on Church Street.
When I'm hungry.
When he's hungry, when he's particularly hungry. He's been an instructor at Trad Camp in the past. He does crankies and he's done school programs for us over the years, and it's really a pleasure to have him. Not only is he a contest winner, he has a honky-tonk band that plays at Radio Bean, right? Is that still happening? Yep. And yeah, I mentioned the school programs, Integrated Arts Academy, Sustainability Academy, and other places. But I think we're pretty close to getting going here. Would you please welcome Eric George?
Hello. I was just reaching into my pocket to get a guitar pick, and I found $5 I didn't know I had. Thank you. Yeah, so this banjo. A friend of mine gave me this banjo, and I could never get it to sound in tune, so I took all the frets off of it, and now it still doesn't sound in tune, but it sounds like it's intentional. So I'm gonna play you a song sung by the first one that I know is by Texas Gladden, and it goes like this. Kind sir, I see you've come again. Pray tell me what it's for. I thought I told you on yonder's hill you need not come anymore. You need not come anymore. Kind miss, I have a very fine house and also a very fine yard, and it should be at your command if you would be my bride, if you would be my bride. Kind miss, kind sir, I see your very fine house and also a very fine yard, but who would stay with me every night when you was playing your cards, when you was playing your cards? Kind miss, I have a very fine horse that stands in yonder's barn, and it should be at your command if ever you wish to ride, if ever you wish to ride. Kind sir, I see your very fine horse that stands in yonder's barn, but I'm afraid his master would get drunk, sell his horse for rum, sell his horse for rum. Kind miss, you are a hard old case and much too hard to please. On some cold night when you're alone, pray to the Lord you'll freeze, pray to the Lord you'll freeze. Kind sir, I am a hard old case and much too hard for you, but I'd rather live single and die an old maid as to marry a drunkard like you, as to marry a drunkard like you. Thank you. Thanks very much. Whoa, there that goes. Oh, I will need that. Come back. Come back to me. Well, so I'm gonna. That was an old song, as you could probably guess. And this is I'm gonna do like an old song and a current song, and then a song from the future. In that, I just wrote it. So this is a song from the present. it's a kind of a folk song circulating down in New Orleans right now. This guy, Matt Rivers, wrote it, but apparently, you know, like a lot of the buskers are taking to it. I heard it on a record he made a few years ago, but it's getting more popular. It's a great song, I think. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, we're good. Goes like this. It's called, I don't know what it's called. It'll come to me when I sing it. Auto racks, double stacks on the track. Hear them ringing as they're blowing out slack. Got my clothes on my bed in a sack. Well, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. Jack, time is short. The road is long. And if you don't believe I'm leaving, you can count the days I'm gone. Count the days, that's the name of it. Loved a gal, went to hell, couldn't tell. Now I'm standing on the corner ringing bells. Can't recall her song or her smile or her smell. But what's gone, there ain't no use to dwell. Well, time is short. The road is long. And if you don't believe I'm leaving, you can count the days I'm gone. River flows, wind it blows, 'cause they know standing still will soon be stale, so it goes. I getting blisters on my heels and my toes. You can find me where the bramble bushes grow. You know, time is short. The road is long. And if you don't believe I'm leaving, you can count the days I'm gone. Count the days, count the months, count the years. Count the towns, count the miles, count the tears. Count the triumphs over things I used to fear. Count 'em so long, honey, if you're staying here. You hear? Time is short. The road is long. And if you don't believe I'm leaving, you can count the days I'm gone. Thank you. Thanks very much, everybody. The culprit. There we go. Get in line. Well, I guess it'll be good enough. Okay, so, song from the future. I bet you've always wondered what that sounded like. Yeah, this is a new song of mine. It's called Of That Generation. It goes like this. I cast myself as Jesse James. Yes, that's right. I'm writing a play. If you know anyone who can sing like Nina Simone. I got big ideas and lots of time, drum machines and true crime. I am of that generation. Make a brew of that high-toned coffee, figure out something to occupy me, turn on the daily news and shake my head. A job or work is easy to find, 15 an hour to lose my mind. I am of that generation. Well, my folks say I should get a degree. Think of what you can do with a PhD. I say, yup, I'll think about it. But for every path that I could take, somebody else's back will break. I'm a parasite of labor. I made my bed, I'll sleep in it, but I can't tell what's a dream. Somewhere there's a line between what's mine to feel and apathy. I raise my flag and my feet drag down a road of old plantations, and I am of that generation. I play in a band on Tuesday nights. I don't flirt and I don't fight. I just keep on doing what I know how to do. But I got plans to buy some land, grow tomatoes, work with my hands. I am dreaming of a cabin. I'll be ready for the end times. And all my friends, they share my dream, but we're living in town, living in screens. The fact is that distraction plays a part. But anyway, about my play, I hope you come, I hope you stay and find yourself a new sensation. 'Cause I am of that generation. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for putting this on.
Yes,
Mark,
sir.
Young Tradition, thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Eric George, everybody. Something I didn't mention before is Eric is really prolific on writing and creating recordings. I think I buy his recordings 10 at a time, 10 different at a time in the batches, right? So we're going to do a little bit of transition here to the next group. I want to let you know what's coming up sort of festival-wise for the rest of the day. So we're going to have this set of music next to finish up this afternoon. And then from 4:30 to 5, the touring group is going to play. I think this is still part of the plan. The touring group is going to play over in City Hall Park, right behind Burlington City Arts on the patio. So that's coming up. And then from 5 to 6, there's free pizza in the lobby. So you should come back if you want some of that. And then we start right at 6 o'clock back here in this room. And it's a showcase where we have teachers and mentors and parents playing music, dancing, singing, etc., with their students. So it's sort of the core of the whole weekend. Really expresses much of what we're trying to accomplish, have tried to accomplish over the years and continue to this year. So that starts at 6. It'll go until approximately, hopefully, 8:45, no later than that. And then we have to move over to the Flynn, to the Chase Studio, and do the last session of the week. So that's a lot of things. You can just stay right here with us, and we'll keep you happy and entertained, hopefully. All right. Turn this over to Yazi.
Well, it's been wonderful to be here listening to all the incredible music that's been on this stage. And thank you for coming out to support this concert and to support the musicians by being audience. This next band, yes, go ahead. This next band, I'm excited to hear. I have not gotten to hear them before, and they've been hosting the sessions for the festival. The celebrated LeBlanc clan performs 19th century tunes deeply rooted in Celtic and Acadian traditions, mostly unknown to other Celtic nations such as Ireland, Brittany, and Scotland. With their 3 daughters playing concertina, whistle, and fiddle, the family plays some of the oldest Acadian songs and ballads, accompanied by Baroque, jazz, and traditional arrangements on the piano. So I hope you enjoy the LeBlanc family. Give them a hand.
All right, let's have some fun here. Thank you. So that was a set of 3 tunes from back home. We call that Acadian music, but of course it's Celtic music, right? We call it Acadian music. Why? Because of the region where it's played. A lot of these tunes are not played in Ireland, like the introduction here. They're not found in Scotland either. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they're a bit different. And sometimes they're probably tunes that have been composed in the last few centuries back home. So here's an Irish tune. The first one we're going to play is actually Irish. That's from Ireland, and we know that. But the 2 others, the second one is composed by a fiddler from Newfoundland. And the third one is a local tune, okay? So that's a tune that people don't really know elsewhere. So here we go. It's called Step à Mélo. Is Vermont part of the New England states? It is. Okay, cool. So we've been playing, this is our 3rd time or 4th time we're playing, and I see similar faces here and new faces. So maybe we can try to play some new tunes. Girls, what do you think? I was thinking a tune from England, actually, not New England, but maybe it could have been played here. It's one of the only tunes that we learnt by sheet music. All the rest is not. It's just oral tradition. And this tune is actually from 1660-something. So it's very, very, very old. It's a 6/8. So it's called the King's Jig. But I know there's modern King's Jigs and the king was crowned today also, I think. So anyways, it's not for that we're playing it. So we'll play the King's Jig, and then we'll play a tune from the Gaspé area from Jean-Jacques Denis.
So new for you and maybe new for us too.
You want to play tunes we haven't played, or just come back to the normal concert? Normal concert. Okay, all right. We're going to play a big set of short tunes with a little tiny bits of French songs. Is that okay? All right.
chargé d'orange qu'on croit qu'il en rompra. Merci d'extra sur le verbum, la russie comme qui forme ses dents d'extrême. Banquier si chargé d'orange. rouge qu'on croit qu'ils n'auront pas d'extra.
Qu'est-ce que c'est chargé d'orange qu'on croit qu'ils n'auront pas d'extra.
Je demande à mon père qu'est-ce qu'on les cueillera. Si d'extra sur le verbum, la Russie comme qui forme c'est d'homme d'extra. Je demande à mon père qu'est-ce qu'on les cueillera d'extra.
Je demande à mon père quand ce qu'on les cueillera d'extra.
Mon père me fit réponse quand on a mis ainsi d'extra sur le verbum, la Russie comme qui forme c'est d'homme d'extra. Ainsi d'extra sur le verbum, la Russie comme c'est d'homme d'extra. Ainsi d'extra sur le verbum, la Russie comme qui forme c'est d'homme d'extra. J'ai vu la boulangère, j'ai vu la boulangère. J'ai vu la boulangère, j'ai vu la boulangère. La boulangère a des écus, je m'en soucie guère. La boulangère a des écus, je m'en soucie guère. Ah non, non, je n'irai pas. Accorde le lièvre, accorde sur le champ. Accorde le lièvre, accorde sur le champ. Si tu veux manger du lièvre, t'as qu'à courir après. Moi qui vous aime tant, perdrai-je mes peines. Moi qui vous aime tant, perdrai-je mon temps. Moi qui vous aime tant, perdrai-je mes peines. Moi qui vous aime tant, perdrai-je mon temps. Perdrai-je mon temps.
Merci.
Do you want to sing one, Rebecca?
Sure.
How much time do we have left? Does anybody know? Nobody knows? Mark knows. Where's Mark? Okay, we'll wait for Mark. 4:30. Okay, so we have time for a few more. Here's a version of À la claire fontaine. Have you ever heard of that song? Oui, À la claire fontaine. There's about 500 versions of this song. This is one of them from Shitty Camp in, I know Shitty Camp sounds bad in English, doesn't sound right, but that's the name. It's called Shitty Camp. Do you want to know where it comes from? The name?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, you want to know? Supposedly, it comes from a camp that was not really well built when people were kind of settling in. So it was like not a good. It actually works in English when you say it, right? Chétif. Chétif means like weak, just a little camp. Okay, that's what it means. All right, à la claire fontaine.
Après ma journée faite, m'en allant promener, j'ai trouvé l'eau si belle que je m'y suis baignée. C'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que j'aime d'amour extrême, c'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que mon cœur aime tant. Sous les feuilles d'un chêne, je me suis fait sécher. Sur la plus haute branche, un rossignol chantait. C'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que j'aime d'amour extrême, c'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que mon cœur aime tant. Chante rossignol, chante toi qui as le cœur gai. Tu as le cœur à rire, moi je l'ai à pleurer. C'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que j'aime d'amour extrême, c'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que mon cœur aime tant. J'ai perdu mon Jean-Pierre sans l'avoir mérité pour un bouquet de roses que je lui refusais. C'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que j'aime d'amour extrême, c'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que mon cœur aime tant. Je voudrais que la rose fût encore au rosier, et puis que mon Jean-Pierre fût encore à m'aimer. C'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que j'aime d'amour extrême, c'est mon amant, je le vois, je l'attends. Celui que mon cœur aime tant. Merci Charlotte.
Okay, so that's Rebecca Leblanc on The Voice.
Merci. Le grand maestro de la famille Leblanc au piano, Robin Leblanc. And at the concertina, 14 years old, Rosalie Leblanc. And at the tin whistle, 12 years old, Mélodie Leblanc. And at the fiddle, 15 years old, Charlotte Leblanc.
Okay, we're going to play the last one. Most of the tunes we played are off our last CD, which is in the back, but also on Bandcamp here. And some of the tunes we played, like the one in C, the King's Jig, that's on our first album. So that's why we hadn't played that one in a while, because we're playing the last album right now most. So what do you want to do for the last tune? A tune from the last album?
Not too big before.
Do you want a kitchen party?
Yeah.
Kitchen
sure.
party?
We always
All
want
right, let's go. Let's finish with this. This is on none of our albums. That's just something we like to play. So, kitchen party. The first tune is from Quebec. Maybe somebody can tell me. Maybe you can tell me afterwards. Do you know that one? I put David. Oh, he's on the spot right now. Think about it. All right. The second one, I can tell you, it's a New Brunswick tune, but a lot of people think it's from elsewhere. It's played in Ireland a lot. It's called Mouth of the Tobic, and it's a tune that was composed about an hour away from where we live by a Native American. And so that's the second tune. And the third tune is a common tune back home called Celestine's or Celestine's Barrel. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. So here we go, kitchen party.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks to La Famille LeBlanc. One more hand for them.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
When you come back at 6, they'll be doing a short set before we start the showcase. So we'll see you then. The touring group is out on the patio behind on City Hall Park, so you can go watch them. Free pizza at 5 o'clock, and then we start again at 6. All right.